What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Beyond Borders. We are in the Poland series, getting to know the country a bit better. And today we are watching a video on don't come to Poland without knowing these 20 things.
Yes, as many of you know, we are planning to visit Poland quite a couple of times this year. So we thought that this would be a very relevant video so that we know what not to do and what to do. So let's jump into it.
With the trip coming up in the next couple of days, very eager to see what to look out for and what not to do.
Hello and welcome to Love My Poland. You know, after my last video on things I miss and don't miss about living in Houston, Texas and moving to Poland, I was thrilled to see how many Americans commented on how great it would be to visit Poland one day. And I got at least a dozen direct questions asking me how to legally move to and work in Poland. As an American, these comments were invigorating to me, and I can't help but wonder if Poland is America's best friend in the European Union.
On that note though, there are a lot of Americans that have moved to Poland.
I did not know that.
I saw in the comments down below a lot of expats that were previously American citizens and are still American citizens but have chosen Poland as their home, mainly due to cost of living, the people, the culture, the centricity of Europe, access to better healthcare, less taxes. So it's become a very popular choice among US expats.
I also saw that there were a couple of South Africans in the comment section that immigrated to Poland. So hi to you guys.
Maybe we'll touch side with you in
And we'll
Poland.
see you there.
If you ask me, it definitely is. And when we look at the world from the Polish perspective, there's no doubt that America is Poland's best friend. With that being said, with all my years' experience living here,
Also on that note, I wouldn't say that they are best friends though, because a lot of people said that they were upset with the Americans and the British for leaving them after World War II under the USSR, Russian control.
Well, I mean, I guess I'm not clued up on the politics. I've learned to stay out of politics. So what do you guys think? Are you
guys best friends?
Are you best friends with America?
Let us know in the comments down below.
Yes, we're not saying much about that.
there are so many things I wish I had known earlier that would have been kind of helpful to me to acclimate to the culture here faster. I wish I had had the chance to sit down with a person like myself who'd be able to kind of give me a crash course on some of the issues that would have saved me from looking ignorant, foolish, or misinformed. So in today's episode, I am going to share part 1 of my checklist of 20 aspects that, in my humble opinion, are must-knows before traveling or moving to Poland. Let's do part 1 right now. The first 10 are coming up. Off we go.
Of my Poland.
Number 1, let's start with something that is still a problem for me. My Polish is not perfect by any means. I'd like to speak a lot better than I do. However, I can name about 5 English native speakers right now living in Poland who've been here maybe as long as I have, maybe longer, who can neither understand nor speak this language. It's mind-boggling to me. Polish is difficult. It's incredibly difficult, but a basic conversational level is easy to reach with just a little bit of effort. Invest in some lessons early on. In my first 6 months, I did 5 hours a week one-on-one with a really nice male teacher. It helped tremendously. After that, I traded English and Polish lessons. I took a 1 hour time slot. I gave 30 minutes to my Polish student. The Polish student taught me Polish for 30 minutes. We divided the hour. No money was lost, no time was lost. Everybody was happy.
That is actually a really good idea.
The thing is, learning another language is not easy. We are currently learning German, and coming from an English background, Sinead's got an Afrikaans background, not very easy to learn a language when you are a lot older, should I say. I think it's much more easier to pick it up when you're younger. It's more challenging when you're older because not only is it difficult, but it's also hard to find time. I found it challenging. Don't know about you.
Definitely, but like he mentioned, you don't have to learn the whole language, but before visiting, it would be to your benefit to learn phrases such as hello, how are you, or may I please have, or thank you, which is I know dziękuję. Just understand the basics, and just, I think it'll show the people of Poland that you're really respecting them, respecting the people who cannot speak English. So I think having a little bit of an understanding would be great. I don't think that it would be possible to learn a whole new language unless you put hours and hours into it, but learning some basic phrases.
They say Polish is one of the most difficult languages to learn if you're English speaking. But I think knowing a few phrases like Sunay said probably goes a very long way with the people. And we saw that.
Yes.
You saw it when Sunay just said Dziękuję, which was thank you.
Number 2, don't make the mistakes that I did early on in my 20s. No chewing gum and popping bubbles while talking to anyone. It's just frowned upon.
You are so guilty of that. This man loves to chew his bubble gum and pop bubbles all the time.
But I don't do it while I'm speaking to someone.
But still, I don't like it. I don't think it's nice when someone blows bubbles around me in public. You can do it at home. If that's just my personal opinion, I just find it quite annoying.
I just love bubblegum. It's a very... Chewing helps with concentration. It's a proven fact.
And blowing the bubbles?
It's just a nice thing to do.
Alrighty. Well, it's annoying.
Upon here. And definitely keep your hands out of your pockets when you're talking to somebody. These are culture rules that I have yet to see change very much here in Poland. Just don't go there.
It's almost like basics. Just don't be sluggish.
Yeah.
Don't keep your hands in your pocket and just be normal.
Just show respect.
Yeah. Just boils down to respect.
Number 3, stay away from politics. Really, do not go there. I don't care.
You see?
That's why we stay away from politics even in these YouTube videos, because if you say something that may be misleading or showing favor for one other thing compared to something else, Polish have different views and they're not afraid to express their views.
Exactly, but you know, we're not a political channel. We're a channel for fun, culture, cultural experiences, about people and the people's views. We do not know enough, or we don't have enough information regarding the political system to even comment on it. So yes, I agree with that. Stay out of it.
I would be interested, though, to chat to a Pole about their politics, just to hear their view.
Of course.
It's so interesting going through the comments and listening and reading what people say.
Definitely. I think what the Polish have to say about the politics is very interesting to read and to see your point of view. However, it's not something that I feel we have enough knowledge about to discuss.
Well said.
Thank you.
How hard your Polish friend asks you to discuss your views on Polish politics, like, hey Russell, who are you for, Andrzej Duda or Rafał Trzaskowski? It's so easy to step in it there. I can honestly tell you that in 15 straight years of living in Poland, I have never ever done a lesson on politics, and I always change the subject when the issue arises. The fact is, the political atmosphere is quite tense in Poland presently. It's really a lot like the Republican-Democrat divide we have in the USA. It's simply a very risky move. Do be careful.
I think it's because it's literally right versus left wing, and everyone's got different views. So it's like almost like a 50-50 split, and people are just divided.
No, I mean, it's kind of the same wherever you go in the world. There will always be political divides, and there will always be people who support one side and people who don't support a certain side. So that is something that happens across the world in every country, and as this guy mentions, best to stay out of it if you can and when you can.
Number 4, if you're a dude, get a wallet with a coin pouch. Unless you're planning to pay for everything by credit card or phone application, you will need cash, and you will inevitably be asked to help the cashier out very often by producing change. If you are a cash and coin person like me, this will make your life a lot easier.
Berlin in particular as well. I am not a cash person. I think it's good to have cash, but I don't like carrying cash on me. I think that's just been bred from South Africa. You don't carry cash on you because it could get stolen from you. So I never liked carrying cash with me. But like in Berlin, if you don't carry cash with you, you kind of can't buy anything, can't go to a shop,
Yeah.
do anything. So it's definitely been a big adaptation.
It is like that. We in South Africa we never used to carry cash with us because it was a safety concern. So yeah, we had a big adaptation here. Everything is mostly cash driven, and we have adopted that mentality. Whenever we travel, we do have cash with us as well as small change, so that we don't hand someone a large bill and they have to struggle to get the change. And I feel like when we were in Poland, we saw that and we found it very helpful for
Cash is king.
yes.
If you can't find a wallet with a pouch in the States, no worries. You can pick one up, a good one, right here in Poland. Most of them have it when you arrive. Number 5, never under any circumstance try to ride public transportation without a ticket. I have to warn you about inspectors that Poles refer to as kanary. These guys intentionally dress, how can I say it? They dress down, way down, to look like people you would never imagine work for the authorities. And
I saw this in Berlin the other day. Like, I've been stopped very few times actually. We've got monthly tickets that we subscribe to, and we've got the tickets on our phone. But in the year that we've been here, probably only been stopped like 3 times. But last week, I was stopped by a person, and they almost looked as if they were homeless, like they didn't have a house.
Wow.
And they were walking through. They had their scanner, and they were scanning people's tickets.
That is clever. That is very clever.
The way to deceive you, because normally if you see the yellow and the outfit coming on, you think, okay, I'm going to jump off the train. That's if you don't have a ticket.
Yes, or go into a different carriage, or just avoid those people at all costs. So
In disguise.
that's
and
a
they
good
are
way to
good
go.
at catching people. For instance, the tram is moving along, they quickly stand up from their seats, they whip out their ID badges, and they go right up to you with their palms out. A British friend of mine was caught last winter, and after a near fist fight with the inspector, he was physically helped off the tram. The police were called and he had to pay a really hefty fine. There are so many convenient ways.
I wonder what the fine is in Poland for not,
For not having a ticket. I know in Berlin it's
like 80 euros, I think it is.
euros.
I would be interested just to know.
Okay.
How to get a ticket is easy. The tickets are relatively cheap. You can buy tickets in kiosks everywhere and numerous small shops throughout the city, or you can use a variety of phone apps like MPay. I'll put a link in the description about MPay. Number 6, if you're coming to Poland from the USA, you can rent a car and you can drive that car on your American driver's license legally, as long as you also have an international driver's license. You cannot drive without the international license.
I would say though, you don't even need a car in Poland. Public transport is so good from what I've seen. Everything is so well connected. Like driving a car, it might be cool to go out of the city to certain places, but if you're like wanting to explore the city and just around like the surroundings, you can pretty much get everywhere by tram, by bus, by train.
I agree. So basically get a car if you want to travel outside to the more, outskirt areas. Otherwise, it's not needed.
The easiest way to get such a license is from AAA, and I think they cost between 20 to 30 bucks. I had to learn that lesson the hard way and the expensive way. You can find out more information on the Krakow Consulate website or the Warsaw Embassy website. I will put information in my description about that so you can click on it. Number 7, and while driving, beware, beware, beware of pedestrians on pedestrian crossings. Slow down and look 3 times. Over my years here, I've witnessed the law get tougher and tougher on drivers who don't stop for pedestrians. The moment you see a pedestrian even getting close to that crossing, you must slow down and stop. And you have to wait until the pedestrian fully clears the crosswalk before proceeding.
It's like the complete opposite in South Africa. People like speed up when they see people so that they can get past quicker.
Yeah. Well, I don't cross roads
In Europe, like, it's just in general, I feel it's a lot better and safer being a pedestrian. Like, people stop way, way, way back. Like, they already slow down the moment they start seeing that you potentially want to cross.
And also, like being a cyclist on the road, I feel so safe. You feel like the cars notice you. They look to see before they turn if there's any cyclists coming. So it's refreshing to see that people don't want to drive over you.
If anyone has ever been to South Africa, you know what a taxi driver is, and you know how violent some South African drivers can be on the road. So yeah, it's refreshing.
Very.
The police here do not mess around. I've seen them set up kind of a sting operation to catch drivers, and the fines are steep. Practically every Polish city is a walking city, and with 3 kids of my own, I couldn't be more in favor of this law. Please do be careful. Number 8, this one might sound a little funny, but I've got to admit it. I did not know, I was not aware that Russia physically borders Poland on my first trip over here. There's a little piece of land sitting right above the northeastern part of Poland called Kaliningrad. I guess I missed that detail in my world history classes in school. Oh, how my Polish friends were
I didn't know that.
Me neither.
Like, that is a fact that should have been captured somewhere, that Russia borders Poland. A small little part, but still it borders. I don't know that.
disappointed in my American ignorance. I would also recommend knowing the other bordering countries around Poland, and there are 7 of them in total: Germany, Czechia or Czech Republic, Slovakia, Ukraine, Belarus, Lithuania, and of course, Russia.
I would love to know, out of all of those countries, which country Poland favors more, likes more. Out of the 7 neighbors, who do you think is your favorite neighbor?
Who's your favorite neighbor?
Probably not Russia or Germany, because they invaded.
But I mean, come on. Like, maybe they've helped recently. Maybe they're on better terms. I don't know.
You're getting political.
No, I'm not. I'm just saying I don't know. So maybe it could be one of those 2. But we're asking you guys, who's your favorite neighbor?
Number 9, while we're on geography, one of the fastest ways to rub a Pole the wrong way is to tell them that their country lies in Eastern Europe.
Yes, we have.
We learned the hard way. We said Eastern European.
He did.
And then I got corrected.
Multiple times.
And now I refer to Poland as Central.
Yes.
Central Europe, which it is.
Yes.
So,
Yes, it is. We were wrong.
understood. Won't do it again.
Won't do it again.
I did that early on and I got the chilly death stare. While they were in fact on the eastern side of the Iron Curtain during communism, Poland is very much a country in Central Europe. Say Central Europe, please.
Central Europe.
I think it's a touchy subject.
It is. Must be.
Yeah, it is, because, like I said, they were on the eastern side of the curtain, but they are centrally located.
So who's getting into politics now?
Not me. We're not getting into politics.
There we go.
Please. Number 10, do not ever say that Poland was part of the USSR. Never. I cannot tell you how many times I've heard people from all over the world kind of assume that Poland was a Russian territory following World War II. It wasn't.
No.
Latvia, Lithuania, Estonia, Ukraine, Belarus, yes. Poland was not. They were heavily influenced by Russia. Russia was doing their thing here, but they were never part of the USSR. Don't do it. All right, so that's part 1. That's the first 10. The second 10 examples that I'm gonna give you are coming in my next video. It should be next week sometime. Let me know what you think about this.
Good video.
Some interesting insights. We're definitely keen to watch the second one.
I think a lot of that, though, is common sense. Like, a lot of the stuff, behavioral wise, is stuff that you should know as just being a good individual. But then again, a lot of people don't know. So what do you think? Are these 10 things relevant? Please feel free to add your thoughts, and also to let us know on stuff that we should know before visiting the country.
Yes. And we will be back soon with part 2 of this video so that we can learn a bit more about what not to do.
And we'll be back with many more other videos as well.
Yes.
So this is us for today. If you enjoyed this video, please smash that like button and subscribe to our channel so that you stay up to date with all of our latest videos. This is Beyond Borders.
Over and out, and dziękuję for watching.